Okay. Let's see. We're back with Tao Test Kitchen. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to work. That looks like it's working, which is good. Theoretically. I need to plug in my microphone. That might help. I think that'll help. That'll do. Yeah, that should be going. Let's see. Let's get the mic figured out. Looks like we're live anyway, which is good. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and announce that we're streaming. That looks right. Okay, cool. You spy something beginning with fives? Yeah, that might be me. That might be me. Hello. Hi, Orc Dork. Yes, I added a chat box feature thing. I'm hoping that you can, like, see it and that it looks good. Let me know if it looks okay or if it needs a little bit of adjusting. Oh, I forgot to put my little talkie guy up. How could I? I was like, there's something missing here. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I was listening to a lot of different music. I have a playlist that is called let's move this. It's not called Let's Move This Up in the thing. It's okay. You're gonna go here. Hang on. Hang on. Slight modifications are being made. Just hold your horses there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're putting Starboy in the beanbag, okay? We're getting him there. There we go. Look at that! Look at him. He's beautiful. Yeah, he was just using the restroom. I figured out that for whatever reason, Spotify will let me run stuff off my phone while streaming. So we're gonna enjoy the music for as long as it lasts. But I have a playlist called the Cloud Recesses of Gusulan, and that's basically just anything that sounds vaguely sad and has a Deetsy flute in it. So that fit the bill. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's been a while since we've done a Tao Test Kitchen. I'm actually really scared for today's Tao Test Kitchen, and considering how hectic some Tao Test Kitchens have gone, you should know that that's truly a terrifying thing. Hello, Rothian. Hello, Soda. Hello, Orc Dork. What is cooking? Today I think we are going to try out this Tamiya panel liner for the first time ever. A product that I've been excited to try, but also, if I'm honest, intimidated to try. So, I don't know how that's going to go. I don't have any mineral spirits, which they say you're supposed to have when using this, but obviously I don't have that because I'm dumb. So I do have some cotton buds, so we can kind of like, we can do a hope. We can hope with these. And we'll do a test one. That's why it's called Tao Test Kitchen, right? It's not called Tao Commit to Your Choices Kitchen. But we're going to test one. We're going to see how it goes. Yeah. You can't ruin a model with paint, absolutely. You can ruin it with a power drill. You can also ruin it by ripping its legs off, and we've already committed that sin on this channel. So I'm just getting all my little Tao guys out. And we're gonna maybe desecrate, maybe celebrate them. We don't know yet. We don't know. Oh, that's extremely out of focus. Hang on. Making adjustments, you know. Achilles, Slayer of Tao. Yes, yes, absolutely. What do you guys think of the new layout? Is it good? Is it bad? Please don't hate it. I hope you don't hate it. I think it's adorable. I'm really quite pleased with it. Let me knock the panel liner over. That's a great way to get started. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to see all of you. It's lovely. It's lovely. Just, you know, a Friday evening. I was watching some anime with a friend earlier, and now I had time to stream, so, you know, I'm gonna do that. Instead of doing a co-stream with Millennial Model Mayhem, I'm going to just stream at the same time as him and not be on a call, so hopefully I don't steal too much of his audience, or anything like that, but I think he'll be fine. I think we'll both be fine. But, truth of the matter is, I'm working on a corn video, and I didn't want to record a voiceover, so this is what I'm doing instead. Andy says you like the layout. Excellent. What are you glad that you never have to do again, Orc Dork? I'm sorry, was that witness me, ripping apart various Tao? Because that's fair. You find it adorable that I signed my paint pots? My signature is actually slightly different now. Like, I worked on refining it. If you want to see, I can show you the new and improved signature. It's basically that. It's just a little fancier. Oh, yeah, that's fair, Orc Dork. I don't blame you for not wanting to have to go through that twice. That's, yeah. How is this part of your recovery process? Like, you should be doing something else. I feel like, go lie down and eat ice cream or some I don't know. Why the fuck? Why is this happening? Is it the one you did on the drawing you gave to Roz? Yes, it is. So it's very similar, but the R is bigger and then there's a little slashy mark. Kind of just looks like a personal sigil. Ooh. Okay. Let's try this. And then, supposedly, we can just, oh, this isn't like the videos where capillary, the stuff, the action, oh, gosh, okay, nope. That does not do what I expected it to based on other people I've seen that use this. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Did I do it wrong? Because that didn't act how I expected it to, based on videos I'd seen of other people using this stuff. Maybe I should have read the directions. Did I need to shake it? Shake well. Stir with paint stirrer before using. If fainer is too thick... Okay. Sounds like a prescription for more 5s. Well, I am not a doctor, so I can't prescribe anything. I can say that, okay, I've tried shaking it now. We'll see if that works better. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that did it. Okay. That works like how the video's made. Oh! Guys, this is fun. Look at him go. What? Oh man. It's a shame I don't have actual mineral spirits to clean this up with because wow. Wow. It smells like rubber. That's not great. But look how well it lines things. Oh no, I got some on my hand. Oh no. Also, yes, if there's random Chinese singing, this is 100% me just in a mood about Modao Zushi, so you all have to suffer me. I'm sorry. You agreed to that by joining this stream. Oh, this is so cool. A fan actually sent me this bottle, so thank you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is a whole different world for panel lining. I might actually panel line more now. Oh, that's so good. It makes me look like I know what I'm doing, guys. I love products that do that. I want to just like... Oh no. Okay, it's not perfect. There's some areas where, you know, I don't know how to use this tool perfectly yet. Which is fine, you know, you expect that. I'm sorry, chat. I know you're there and you're probably saying things and giving me advice, but I'm fascinated with this right now. I'm gonna highlight this chip in the armor that probably was caused by me not cutting it out well. We'll just paint that green up again. We can fix that. That's not a big deal. Oh my god, okay. That's fun. That's fun. I like that. I was about to dip that brush in water, which is the opposite of what you want to do. What kind of alcohols do I have? I have a bottle of cooking wine in the fridge. Not even in the fridge, on the counter. I have hand sanitizer, which I assume contains alcohol. And then in the garage, there's a mysterious bottle of paint thinner that I don't actually know if it is paint thinner or not. Yeah, I didn't think cooking wine was going to help. I wasn't thinking that that was going to be the solution here. I'm not going to put lighter fluid on these miniatures. I know we've done some things in the Tao Test Kitchen. We've committed some hobby crimes. I'm not going to put lighter fluid on my paint. I'm just not going to do it. Skill in a bottle. Yeah. It's really cool. I like it a lot. And I do think I want to use it with these towels. I should probably get mineral spirits before using it on the rest of them, though. Like, I'm feeling like that might probably be a really good idea. So, I don't think I'll line all of these Tau tonight because I need to kind of set this one aside, let him dry, and then come back when I have mineral spirits. But we have lots of hoof leggy things that we can paint, so we'll still make some progress on the Tau. He's just going over to a safe location. And then we'll do other stuff. But I was bold enough to experiment tonight, and it worked out great, and I'm excited about this product. Frankly, I wish I had something else sitting around to line, but I don't. I mean, I have a Gundam, but again, I don't have the mineral spirits. I did finish up the Mint Mage the other day that we had worked on together. I did some highlighting on him. I'm going to give his candy cane a gloss varnish and paint the base rim. But other than that, he is done, and I thought you might like to see how he turned out. I'm pretty happy with him. Did like a simple, like, cake crumb kind of base. So he's all ready to go. New corn video for corn color schemes is definitely going to be up within the next 7 days. So there will be some content. Yeah, no lighter fluid is being put on minis. I cannot stress that enough, how much that is not going to happen. It was a Tamiya brand. I was trying out panel liner for the very first time. I thought it worked great. I was happy with it. Get ready for neck beards? What do you mean? If I say, here are 8 corn color schemes that aren't red, and someone comments, you didn't paint those corn colors, you didn't paint your corn demons red, like, yeah, I didn't. I didn't do that. Sue me? Oh, damn, the chat's going off the top. I don't like that it goes outside of the chat box. Hang on. See if I can rearrange that. Hang on, chat. You're going for a little ride. Can I change the dimensions of this? Let's see if I can. Hang on. Whoop. Height. Let's see if I can just increase. Height is up and down. Width is left to right. So let me get it to the right one of these, and then we'll do the other. Okay, so I need it. This is left to right. Left to right, it's correct. I need it to adjust it up and down. This is gonna happen. Heights. So let's try making this 400 instead of 600. There we go. Fucking problem solved. Look at that. You would never know that I'm the type of person who routinely has technical difficulties. Look at how quickly that was solved. Can you believe it? Who would have known? Is this even my stream anymore? To be fair, I did Google a tutorial on how to make a custom chat box like 3 minutes before we started filming, so that's very me. That's very me. Alright, everybody's herding the towel. Let's get a fresh new... Oh, gosh. Somehow I have multiple layers of paint palette, and they're all in various stages of crusty. I was gonna say, let's get a non-crusty layer, but they're all pretty bad, so we'll just use the one on top. You're on a computer where the B and N keys actually work. Dang. I didn't know that that was a limitation. Hello, Matthew. How are you doing? Someone had an interesting suggestion for me. One of the people I talk with was posting about sent me a post that someone had made on a Facebook group about using paints for animation cells on miniatures, and how the brand that they used to use was going under because no one's hand painting celluloid anymore, but they said that the paints were really good. So I might have to look into a couple of brands of that. I know that everybody's all hyped up on these golden So-Flats, myself included, but I'd love to start the trend of using celluloid animation paint in miniatures. Let me know if you guys think that would be an interesting idea. Wow, my Spotify's really playing the same 3 songs all over again. Hang on. We can fix this. Alright. What do you guys want to hear from my Spotify account? We have choices. My playlists are... let's see. I have one that's vintage Halloween, musicals to murder people to. A Yuletide playlist. That one's pretty good. The Spotify generated Stranger Things playlist for me. I don't know, will I get demonetized if I'm just playing, like, actual song? I'm not monetized anyway. Jazz, emo, synthwave, sad lesbian music. Vintage Halloween has 1 vote. Animation cells? Yeah, I mean, no one is really making hand-painted animation cells like they used to. Okay. You know what? That's fine. You always have a Bardcore playlist? Well, you know what? Vintage Halloween can get a little bit weird, to be fair. People sang about weird things in the 50s and 60s, and there is a song called Jazz Vampire. I really just need more, like, dumb atmosphere music. But my playlists are for my breaks at work, which are 15 minutes long and not 3 hours long, or however long this stream is going to be. Alright, let's see. A vintage Halloween. Let's go for it. I'm gonna turn the volume down slightly, and then I might turn it down more if they start saying weird 50s shit. Because I don't know what it means, so I can't be held liable for everything. I do my best, but... This is a safe space for me to not be insulted for my musical taste. This is not my vintage Halloween playlist, as that would just be the Wobblin' Goblin song, like 60 times on repeat. This is just Spotify giving me one, so... I'll make some stream playlists, okay? The chat box and the new overlay upgrade were like the big things there. I don't know. I'm not monetized yet, so I can't really get demonetized. I have to get my watch hours in the first place, which we're getting closer to. Every little bit gets us there. And then, I can make like 10 cents off every video. It's not going to be anything major, but it makes me feel like I've achieved something. And that's worth celebrating, so I'm not going to diminish that by putting a monetary value on it. I'm excited to reach the point in time where YouTube has monetized me. And I think maybe by the end of next year, I can reach that goal. We're already over 1/4 of the way there, so... we can do it if we all band together, and if I create enough content, then it's a very doable goal. Stream under construction. Oh, that's cool, Matthew. Yeah, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And it's hard to, like, paint on cells. It's not a very, celluloid isn't a very forgiving material. With 10 cents, I could buy some candy, that's true. Fiverr, the home of the 5-cent towel legion. I like how it thinks that my stream avatar is singing all of the Spotify songs. That's pretty cute. Let me know if it sounds shitty, though, and I can turn it off. Like, I know sometimes that just doesn't come across very well, and then it's like, hey, I would so much rather there not be music happening right now. And that's fine. The real story is I've lost my television remote, so usually I just have it going on the TV in the background, as opposed to trying to get it to come through my phone. But I can't adjust the volume until I find the remote. So, that's somewhere. It's somewhere. I don't enjoy this song. It's very grating. Sorry, Ethel Waters, but I'm gonna skip that. Sure. Do you guys got any fun weekend plans, or are you working on painting any fun models? I feel like I haven't asked that in a little bit. I need to know. What's everybody getting up to? Oh, another thing that I want to talk about. Hang on. Because, like, I haven't talked about this on stream enough. You guys know that Roz donated very generously a Night Titan to me that I'm ridiculously excited about, and I'm going to make a video about, obviously. But when researching Night Titans, which I've done a shitty job at doing because I'm not great at finding good Warhammer research, and sometimes research is just asking people to tell me about things, which is just putting the burden of finding that information on somebody else. And that, I didn't paint that shoulder pad. I'm sorry, I'm finding the music way too distracting, so we're gonna stop that. Sorry. It was fun. I was trying. I can't do it. That's sometimes how it goes. You guys will forgive me and still think of me as a streamer, I'm sure. It's got too many lyrics. It's got too many words. You're playing Ringer in an AOS tournament tomorrow. Oh, cool. What army are you bringing? You hauling across the state to move this weekend. Oh, good luck. I fucking hate moving. It's stressful. It doesn't count as a burden when people really want to talk about. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. This is a Tao Test kitchen, but it's also like a hobby stream, so you know what? It's fine. We're gonna have some fun, good times together. Let's see. I gotta bring up the thing that I want to talk to you about, cause I don't know who made Yahoo my default search engine. The person who owned this laptop before has Yahoo as the default search engine. Okay, that is a hate crime against me. I'm just an innocent little goblin. Why would you commit a hate crime against me? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's see. I gotta find what I'm talking about here. Some of you already know where this is going. Bless you for those that do and are still here anyway. Oh, let's see. I need my... No. Ooh, when you flip the page on this PDF reader, it reads the PDF. That's... The pages... Hang on. That's cool. Okay. Alright, okay. I was kind of mad about it being... but it's cool. Sorry, it's just an animation of the page flipping. It's literally, like, the most basic shit that I'm looking at. I'm taking a screenshot so that I can show you. I'm gonna try to. Let's see. Okay. No, I don't... I just need... Oh gosh. Oh no. Why did I think I could do something as simple as taking a screenshot of this PDF? Why did I think that was in my skill set to do today? I don't know. Let's see if I can just get the larger view. And okay, that might work. That could work. Okay, this is gonna work for an example. Yeah, alright. That's what we want. That's what we want. Hang on. I'm still here. Don't abandon me yet. It's happening. It's all good. It's all good. You don't know anything? Poppy, that's fine. Wow, does it still have Windows 95 too? I know, right? What kind of Yahoo does that? Oh, you'll be playing Skaven. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, let's add an image in here. Save that. Alright. So we've been talking about Night Titans. Okay, look at this. Look at this beautiful... look at this beautiful drawing. Look at how... Just the personality... Look at him. He's chonky. He's fun. He's a coloring page. I want to color this. I want to just make this into a coloring page and then color it in and design my Titan. I love this piece of art. It's beautiful. It looks like it came off the pancake breakfast menu at a Warhammer restaurant. We're gonna just pop this. Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna stick that in the corner there. But, like, isn't that just fun? It's great. I love it. I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna try and digitize it and make it into a coloring page, because I think that would be fun. For me, if nobody else. I think it's cute. I think it's whimsical. I think that should be how I design my knight. I have a knight. And all subsequent knights. I have honestly considered buying the physical copy of this particular issue of White Dwarf because I want to read all the articles about the Titans and see all the pictures real big and pretty and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I might end up purchasing a very old magazine just so I can look at the pictures, which, you know, is that a sound financial investment? No, but it's a good reason to have supporters on Patreon on occasion. Do I know which White Dwarf it is from? Yes, I do. It's from White Dwarf number 108. More tabletop war games with miniatures lines need color templates. I agree. Why are they not coming with coloring books? Where is the old Hammer coloring book. Are you telling me you don't want that? I want that. I want it so bad. Yeah, I think they should have one for every faction in the game. I agree. I think that would be great. I don't know which artist from the old Hammer teams drew this piece of art. I would like to meet them and tell them that they've done a fantastic job. This is the best depiction of a knight that I've seen, or at least it's my favorite one, and I'd be very interested to color in a bunch of them. Maybe the true way to do it is not to digitize it, and to just go to the library and print out like 20 copies and then color them in. Yeah, it is also older than me. So obviously I couldn't have bought this new. I wasn't a thought yet, much less a person. So you know, there's that. But yeah, I just really like it. It's currently the only thing that GW has that's free on their website is a Space Marine chapter template sheet. Well, I did fill out a Space Marine chapter template for the Space Marine design. Dude, if they are still accepting entries, I feel like I've got a strong chance of winning it. They have some absolutely gorgeous art in this issue, though. Like, just Titans, all the Titans. Well, maybe it's just because I think Titans are really neat, and it's not actually that great, but, like, it's fun. They've got some Blood Bowl star players in this issue as well, like, right next to the Titans, which is pretty much my two main interests crossing over. I also really like the banners, and I feel like I should put some old Hammer style banners on my very new modern knight. The temptation is real to just make, I guess, would it be a Horus Heresy era army if it were knights? I don't know if I can run them in a heresy, but I know that Annie Greengable has some Chaos Knights, so I think maybe I'll go Imperial just so that I can be like, oh man, in the future where I travel internationally, we could meet up and have a night game, even though that's a very impractical army to take across an ocean. But you know, I like thinking that that's something that I could do if I wanted to. I'm just gonna raise the camera up. Sorry, it's getting in my way, and hopefully it'll stay in focus, and if it doesn't, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, cool. The April 2022 White Dwarf is in the Warhammer Vault now. That sounds weird. I don't understand why for Warhammer Plus or whatever they didn't just give you all of the White Dwarf magazines. Like, that feels like the obvious thing to do. I have still not signed up for Warhammer Plus. I haven't even done a free trial. I'm just waiting until I feel like there's enough content that I can't binge through it all in a day. And right now, the only things that I want to watch on there, really, are the master classes that Louise Sugden does, and the Exodite, because that's about Tau. They need to make, like, something... Why are they doing animation? It doesn't make sense to me, because Warhammer's so adaptable to, like, a live-action style production. I just feel like if they get one mildly famous person to work on a live-action project, That's gonna do way better for them than an animation will. Cause like that's how you get randos to watch things. You'd be like, oh, you like that actor, man? You like fuck, I don't even know who I would cast. Who would I cast as any Space Marine? Who would we cast as Fulgrim? If we were trying to cast something, because that's going to be the one, you know? That's going to be the pretty boy one that's supposed to be fancy. If y'all had to cast someone, an actor working today, as pretty boy Fulgrim, who are you choosing? Let's theorize here, okay? Let's do it. Alright, but hear me out, though. Jason Momoa would make a hell of an Angron, and I just want to say everybody does need to see that. That would be a great short series, and I could write it, maybe. Alright? I'd do that. We could adapt that book that I read and liked. It's tragic. It's sad. I feel like Jason Momoa would be great in it. You know? Ooh, he would be good as Jagatai Khan as well. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, but I don't really see Henry Cavill as Fulgrim. Like, I'm sorry. He's not got the right face structure for it. I don't think it would work. I think he could easily play someone in the Warhammer universe. I just don't know that it would be Fulgrim. I feel like he'd have to be more upstanding and noble and less, conniving, you know? Like, I don't think Henry Cavill really has a sneer to him, and I feel like that's something that's kind of essential for Fulgrim. Tom Hardy is Angron? That's fair. I could see that. Oh, true. Yeah. I guess that Khan is supposed to be like pseudo-Mongolian, right? They're like fake. They're not real countries anymore. The places that they come from, but they're supposed to have Mongolian influence. That's a good point, actually. Something important to consider. I don't think Angron has a specific, like, place that he's supposed to be from, so that's why I guess, I just feel like Jason Momoa could, drawing on all the Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones stuff, that's why I kind of thought he'd be a good pick for that. But I get what you're saying there. Valdor. I don't know who the fuck that is. Of course he wants to play the Custodes guy. He's a fucking Custodes player. That makes sense. I don't know anything about the Custodes because I haven't looked into them much yet, so that's not one I can speak to. We should get Rahul Kohli to play someone as well. Because he's into Warhammer, and I feel like he'd have fun with it. This is just theoretical, of course. I have no ability to be a casting director, unfortunately. Because I would also put Lee Pace up for something. Just because I'm a big fan of Lee Pace, not because he's necessarily the best qualified to play a Space Marine. Which I don't think he is. But I'd like to see him play a Space Marine. A good guy Space Marine, not a bad guy Space Marine. He gets a lot of villain roles lately, and I just want to see him be charming, like he was in Pushing Daisies. Which I know there's not really a lot of space for Space Marines to be charming, but like, in the narrative of the story, I would want him to be more on the heroic and less on the evil side. In the context, again, of the story. As much as anybody is good. the Emperor of Mankind isn't white. That's fair. You've seen people 3D printing Henry Cavill's face for their McFarlane Space Marines. That's great. That's great. I mean, it could be a really interesting, like, little drama. I'd watch it. You know what, Owen? I'm glad you know what your type is. I'm glad you know. I don't remember what the fuck Ferrus Manus does. Or what... I know that no one likes Peter Turbo. I'm trying to remember who all the Space Marine Primarchs are. But it's hard. It's not coming to me easily today, which is... It's fine. It's fine. You know what's sad? I can't name a single Mongolian actor, so I wouldn't know who to... Or like, anyone... Like, no one comes to mind that would be from that region. That I would be like, yeah, that would be a great con. Ferrus Manus dies, that's what he does. That's fair. I'm trying to think of who could play Fulgrim. Like, I just want a casting choice. Be fine. Thank you for giving us the takes there. That's always helpful. It's always helpful. I mean, like, the thing is though, if people were just cast in a way similar to like for instance, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the version of Cinderella, where Whoopi Goldberg and Victor Garber have they're like the king and queen, and their son is just Asian, despite neither of them being... I think maybe he's either Asian or Pacific Islander. I can't remember. Or like somewhere. I'm trying to remember what country he's from, but it's been ages since I've seen this. Anyway, it could... If it was cast like that, people would be like really mad about it. But like if you just cast someone like Steven Yeun as Sanguinius, which, like, sure, why not? He's got a sweet, nice little face. Like, you could do that. But people would be really mad. Ooh, Terry Crews for Vulcan would be fun. Terry Crews for Vulcan would be fun. I could see that. Is the internet always mad about something? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Honestly. Cause like if you're gonna do animated Warhammer and like do it to a level where people outside of the Warhammer hobby are gonna subscribe to it, I don't think... And like, again, I say this without having seen any of the things on Warhammer Plus, but if they're trying to grow that into a major streaming service, I just don't know that they're doing it the right way or the best way. And you know, their funding is what it is, but I'm telling you, we could do something. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of problematic shit in Warhammer that when you try and translate it to a screen, people are going to be like, there's a lot of problematic shit in Warhammer. Because there's like, you know, we made the various factions just be like, ah, well, if you want to have, if you want to have canonically black people in your Space Marine army, you get to choose this faction. Um, so that would be a whole thing. There would be a lot of annoying think pieces written about it that don't necessarily have nothing to say, but it's also like I don't know. I don't feel like they'd be calling attention to the fact that this is a decades old property that just needs to be updated and have a more diverse uh creator base, as opposed to just being like, oh, this thing wasn't perfect from the get-go. And I don't know, like, they're clones, right? Like, all the Space Marines are kind of clones of their Primarch or some shit. It's difficult. There's no perfect solution. All I'm saying is that I would like that to exist so that I could watch it if it was semi-good. If it was decent. I'd watch it if it were decent. Hi, Keegan. How's it going? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, the thing of Warhammer is, like, it started to be, the satire. And they sort of were like, you know what, let's make satire marketable to the point where people can't tell it's satire anymore. That's really where the problem set in. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. See, there's a lot like that. They don't look like their Primarch all the time. I didn't know that shit. Okay, that's fair. I figured it was kind of like a clones from Star Wars situation, but I could be very wrong. It seems I am very wrong. That's fair. Yeah, not everybody has to like Grimdark. Have you guys checked out Vincent Uncle Adam's new skirmish game that was coming out today? Has anybody read the rules for that or bought the PDF? I'm considering buying it. I haven't decided. I used some of my payday money for other things, like buying a new wax seal, because I'm still writing letters with a dip pen and ink, because I am an efficient use of company time all of the time. That's definitely the quickest and best way to send a letter is through the post written in calligraphy. Space Station Zero yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Space Station Zero. Have you actually looked it over, Rothian? That's fair, Keegan. I feel that sometimes where it's like, because that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I own Stargrave and I own 5 parsecs from home, and I'm like, do I need another space skirmish game? Like, is there enough of a difference between Space Station Zero and the games that I already own? The art for Space Station Zero looks fun as hell, though. So that's quite tempting. I don't know if you know this about me, guys, but I like art. You've watched both videos? Okay, that's fair. I watched most of the playthrough video, and I watched, like, Vince's little teaser video. Um, I think just because those ones popped up first in my recommended list, so those were the ones I checked out. But maybe. It could be worth picking up. I know a couple people will talk about it. I did, Keegan, I actually played Malifaux as opposed to just owning the miniatures for it. And I had a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to playing more games that aren't Warhammer. or just like aren't Warhammer Age of Sigmar or Warhammer 40k. Like I'm down for some of the more like skirmishy style games, but the big I don't know that I want to play like the same game for 3 straight hours. Cuz I'm losing. Sorry, my paintbrush is in my mouth while I'm trying to focus the camera. I'm losing the ability to do that on like the weekend and not have my brain kind of melt. So yeah, I've taken a little bit of a break from Age of Sigmar. I'll get back to it eventually. It's probably just because I painted all of my Kruleboyz. So now to me it's like, well, I have my fully painted army, and to most people they're like, great, now I can finally start playing Warhammer. But now I'm like, well, they're painted. I don't have to be in an escalation league for incentive to paint them. They're done. They sit in the cabinet now. And the boys are like, we want to go to war all the time. And I'm like, I don't really feel like war this Saturday. Let me do some painting instead. I'll get the hunger for it to go back and play Age of Sigmar at some point. Skirmish is really nice, yeah. Ooh, yeah, Keegan, that's fair. I'm still waiting for someone to make a candy skirmish game. I'd be all over that. I don't think that is going to happen, but I would really, really like it to. It would be really fun if it did. And someone's going to say, why don't you just make it yourself? Why don't I not do that? Because I can't write rules, and I don't know how to sculpt that well, so I wouldn't be able to design miniatures either. That's not going to work out too great. I just want it to exist already in a perfect form so that I can buy the minis for it and play it. That would be ideal. Candy Crush the War Game. Yeah, something like that. You prefer fantasy over sci-fi? That's fair. They make loads of different games for all of the different preferences that one can have. There's just never, like, I know I'm not going to be able to get around to painting all of the miniatures for all of the games. Or even playing all of the games. Which is kind of sad. I'd like to be able to play more. I really would. Someone's messaging me somewhere. Taking a water break, that's important. If you haven't hydrated in a minute, you should. It's warm out there today. At least for me. But you already picked a life-consuming obsession. That's fine. Listen, I don't blame you for it being Warhammer. I think Warhammer's dope as hell. It's just I also sometimes don't want to paint sci-fi or fantasy. I want to paint whatever the fuck Malifaux is, which isn't particularly either of those, but it's kind of both. I really should be painting my Malifaux crew now, because it would be nice to have them fully painted. But you know what I did instead of doing that is I looked at buying more Malifaux miniatures to further flesh out the crews that I have. And I also lost a base for one of my Malifaux miniatures, and I can't seem to find it, so I'm going to have to buy a new base anyway. And if I'm buying a new base from the Malifaux website, I might as well, like, make a large order of other shit. I might as well. Maybe I'll try and hold off until Black Friday, because people have said that there's pretty decent Black Friday sales for Malifaux. But I don't know. We'll wait and we'll see what happens. I should probably just paint up what I have, and then I can buy more later. That would be the logical thing to do. We'll do that. I really want to be designing a Titan right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that sounds really fun. I just don't have my little coloring page printout. I'll get it though. Maybe I'll go to the library this weekend, get that printed off. If not, I could go to the library on Monday, or Tuesday, or any other day of the week. Make it work. Got so many little towel legs to paint. Slowly but surely. I mean, the biggest slog of this army essentially is getting the base coats done on the infantry, and we're closer and closer every time we paint to getting that done. Hey Carson, how's it going? I want to fit it into my schedule, but be a Titan fit. Oh, come on. Oh, dear. A Warcraft wargame would be... I did say it was Blood Magic Summer this summer because my friend was playing some Dragon Age, and I demanded that he be a Blood Mage. We didn't finish that playthrough. We got about three or four? No, we got three, like, 2 to 3 hour sessions in. It's the world of Dragon Age. I really hope we continue that. I miss it. I'll have to see if I can bug him into playing some more Dragon Age. I need to know what's going on. I've been left hanging with the plot. I don't know enough about Warcraft to say whether I'd like that game or not. Is that the one with Murlocs, or is that something else? Because if I could play as Murlocs, then I'd fucking do it. I'd paint a bunch of Murlocs. Paint so many Murlocs. It'd be Murlocs all the way down. Cool. Poppy has gone through the trouble of typing the Murloc noise in the chat, probably hoping that I would attempt to make the Murloc noise. But as we've previously established, I'm not great with impressions. This includes sound effects. Do you know there was a time in my painting career where I painted every mini that I owned before buying another one? Those days are so long gone. They're so long gone. Yeah, Blizzard is bad. That is correct. That is definitely correct there. They're dubious as a company in way worse ways than I would prefer them to be. You're gonna send me a Murloc voice clip? Feel free. Is it just gonna be you doing a Murloc impression? I think I just got a notification from Liam of Millennial Model Mayhem that he is also streaming, which is great. So we're streaming at the same time, and he's posting in my chat that he's streaming. So if any of y'all want to see someone actually competent and coherent paint, you can jump on over to his stream for some more coherent painting than whatever this is. But I trust that you guys have decided where you want to spend your time on stream tonight. Yeah, I hope Blizzard gets their act together. I know they're, like, making Overwatch 2, or have made Overwatch 2, which, you know, that'll probably... people will focus on that instead of their sexual harassment crimes and stuff, which is, it's not great. But I'm not going to go into detail about that because, I don't want to. See, what have I watched recently? I keep planning to watch House of Dragon, and I haven't done that yet. I stopped after episode 4 of Sandman. I just didn't like it. I don't think that there's going to be anything that I latch onto in that show and feel the need to complete. I mean, if they couldn't draw me in with their own unique depiction of hell, I don't see that going any other way. Although they have said there's, like, a cat episode, which maybe... like, I do think that cats are neat. Obviously, I have 3 cats. So maybe I'll watch that one, or a clip of that one. But, who knows? What other shows are good these days? I keep forgetting what I tell people that I'm gonna watch and then don't watch. House of Dragon I'll get round to. It's kind of hard to forget when a new Game of Thrones things comes out. No, I don't want to watch Better Call Saul. I gave it a chance when it first came out and I didn't really like it, so... sorry, Better Call Saul's not gonna happen. Ralphine, that's impressive. I watch a show and or movie, like, every day. It is okay to have bad taste, Keegan. There are plenty of people who love Transformers the movie. It's not that I don't like mainstream stuff, Carson. I just want it to be good. It's not like mainstream stuff can't be good. Arcane is great. And that's League of Legends. That's pretty mainstream. I watched all of Game of Thrones. I watched The Witcher. I love Great British Baking Show. That doesn't count to, like, be judged on writing or anything like that. But that's mainstream. I like Into the Spider-Verse. I thought Black Panther was good. Knives Out is good. Those are main... someone confirm that at least one of the things that I've said is mainstream. Because it's gotta be. It's gotta be. I can't watch the Vox Machina animated series because it's on Amazon, and I have my beef with Jeff Bezos. Have I seen Terror? Show about a ship in the Arctic? No. Don't unsubscribe! No! What will I do? I mean, generally my recommendations are pretty hipster, but, like... I don't know. Like, I could say, yeah, watch Full Metal Alchemist. Like, that's a good anime. Watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's a good show. Like, I can say these things, but I know someone else is also gonna recommend them. I feel compelled to recommend more niche content. Like, oh, you want a slice of life that makes you feel good about how you exist as a person? Watch Barakamon. It's amazing, and it's about a calligrapher, and it's great. It makes me remember that how to like live in a society and contribute to a community and be an artist all at the same time. And it's very good, and I watch it all the time when I'm depressed. But no one's recommending that. No one's saying, hey, go watch that. I'll say it. Josh, you better not be driving. And it's an opinion. It can't be wrong. It's just my opinion. You know? Like, when people ask me what I think of something, I assume they want to hear what I actually thought about it. I watched Labyrinth, okay? Labyrinth is mainstream. I love Labyrinth. Everybody should see that film. It's a classic. I like stuff. I like musicals. I like Sweeney Todd. I'm thinking of the musicals that I recommend to people and realizing that they're pretty niche, though. I mean, I like Hadestown. That won like 8 Tonys. That's something. Welcome back, Soda. Yeah, let's talk about Sweeney Todd. That'd be great. People are saying I don't like mainstream stuff, but I do love Sweeney Todd. What is your favorite song in Sweeney Todd, Soda? Do you have a favorite musical number? It's one of my like guilty pleasure films where I'm like, this might not be an amazing, testament to cinema, but I like it. Yeah, okay, the opening's pretty solid. That's fair. Little Priest is my favorite because I like all of the puns. The puns about being a cannibal. Sweeney Todd is goth niche stuff. You want goth niche? You're gonna tell me? You're gonna tell me, Josh, that Sweeney Todd is niche goth. Go look up Repo the Genetic Opera. Yeah, Repo the Genetic Opera is goth niche. If you think Sweeney Todd is niche, no, look that up. Look up Repo the Genetic Opera, because that's gonna be a lot more goth niche. Just remember that buying Zydrate from an unlicensed source is illegal. Repo is absolutely goth. What the fuck are you saying that it's not goth? Repo is definitely goth, okay? It's 100% goth. Like, Shiloh's outfits alone are goth as hell. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Josh, but everybody is agreeing with me on this one. I've never seen Buffy, so I can't say that. I mean, it has cyberpunk elements, but it's definitely goth. More so than cyberpunk. It's like, I'm not saying it doesn't have cyberpunk elements, but it's way more goth, I feel, at its heart than anything else. And I do just enjoy the fact that Repo is made by the guy who made the Saw films. Like, he did that, and then he was like, oh, you know what? I want to make musicals now. So he made The Devil's Carnival and Repo the Genetic Opera, and then made The Devil's Carnival too. And I gotta say, like, if we're talking about I'm not gonna listen to Zydrate Anatomy because then it's just gonna be stuck in my head the whole time. And I'm gonna say it. I think The Devil's Carnival 2 is better than the original. I just like it better, and it's also queer slightly, just a little bit queer, and very much like a man wrote this and put maybe bisexuals in it, question mark, slightly implied. So it's not great, but it is there. Yeah, Joss Whedon discomfort is valid there, Poppy. I understand. I understand. I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's what I've been working my way through. That's a lot. It's gotten to the point where I'm like, this is a lot to handle every episode, and I'm getting fatigued with it because I just can't handle. I mean, they had a fight on like a commercial airline, and I'm just like, guys, this is an airplane. Like, this could not happen. So much going on every second of that. I like Pirates of the Caribbean. What is more mainstream than Pirates of the Caribbean? My cat is named Hector Barbosa. Okay, I like mainstream stuff. That's the end of the story. You don't get more mainstream than Pirates of the fucking Caribbean. Alright? Everybody loves that, sort of. Or at least everybody's seen it. You know what? I've never seen snakes on a plane. There better be snakes on the plane, though. If there's not, then that's false advertising. I was absolutely a Hot Topic goth. Hello, Ano. I've been streaming earlier, so, like, you should, you could have been here. You could have been here not at 3 a.m. I've been on for an hour, so, You had options. You had options, but I hope that you have a nice night and that things are going well for you. I just, you say stuff, Carson. You make false claims about me, and I want to correct them. Just because I also like niche stuff doesn't mean I can't enjoy mainstream stuff. I don't think I can enjoy Marvel films anymore. I'm so fatigued by them. But I'll try, I'll give it the old college try. That's probably the one major mainstream thing where I'm just like, I can't. I can't with this. Like, I have a date that I'm going on tomorrow, and we're going to the movies, and the person who I'm taking on the date, I was, being courteous and like, yeah, let's decide on a movie. What are you interested in seeing? And the first thing, like, oh, there's a Marvel movie out. I haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder yet. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to be an asshole and be like, I hope that we see anything other than that movie. Which fortunately, I sent multiple trailers, and this person has selected something else with great enthusiasm that they're excited about. So, that's good. But I also didn't just want to be like, listen, I need to explain to you how much I don't like Marvel movies. You're not late, Samuel. These don't have a scheduled start time or end time, so you can only be on time. I didn't make any kind of public announcement, so you're good. We're actually gonna go see 3,000 Years of Longing, which I actually really want to see, which I'm excited about, frankly. That is not true. I do not hate everything by Taika. I love What We Do in the Shadows. I love Hunt for the Wilder People. Jojo Rabbit is pretty good. What else has Taika made? I suppose he did. I mean, he did. I love Our Flag Means Death. So no, I don't hate everything by Taika. Not even close. I'm glad that they're still giving him stuff to make. I didn't like Thor Ragnarok. I'll be upfront about that. But, you know, maybe Thor Love and Thunder is good. I don't know. It could be. No, I won't let you talk about Jojo Rabbit on the server. There's rules on my server, and, one of them is, in any context, we do not talk about Nazis, because I just don't want it on my server. It's not the place for it. You can make all the sad faces you want. That policy is not going to change. The last thing I want is someone new to join the server and for the first thing they see to be a bunch of weird discussions about Nazis. So it's not going to happen. We just don't talk about them. Which is not to say that I'm like, let's sweep what happened under the rug. It's more just, let's keep that to discussions where it is relevant and not a hobby server where it is not. It's all just a matter of, is this relevant for the server? Which often some things are not and some things are. I do not claim that my server is a multi-purpose area to talk about everything. It's very specific. And if it's something that I don't want on there, I will simply make it known and then it won't be there. Yeah, again, we're just gonna stem this discussion before it happens. So, we're moving on. Someone suggest a new topic, please. We'll talk about that. Or I'll simply go off about something else. Something, we talk about the Imperium. Fiverr server is not a safe space for Nurgle. It has never been a safe space for Nurgle. And it never will be a safe space for Nurgle. I'm sorry. I don't like Nurgle. He's creepy and gross and scary. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Predictions for the GW reveals next week. Ooh. Right. I'm trying to remember. Can one of you post the preview image for what they're announcing in the stuff we talk about on stream section of the Discord so I can pull that up and take a look? Because I don't remember, like, what their little teaser was. So, obviously, I'm going to say Zotes, because I always predict Zotes, because I want it to happen. I'm manifesting it, okay? I'm speaking it into existence. I'm putting my wants out into the universe. I want Zotes. I want Zotes. And I want more Zotes. No, we don't love Nurgle. You're gonna make your custom Nurgle scope, so I will have to say at least one nice thing about Nurgle. Oh dear, you guys are all getting out of hand. Let's see. Did anybody post that in the thing? Let's go there. Nope, it's not there. I guess I could Google it. I'll wait. Someone might do it. I'll give it another minute or two. Let's see. Oh, and this is a perfect time for any lurkers or anyone new here. If you have not joined us in the Discord server, we would love to have you. It is free. You do not have to be a Patreon or anything like that. You can just be there. But here's a link. You're all invited. Join us. Join us. We'd be overjoyed to have you. It's usually a pretty good time. It's very active. I've done my best to keep up with it 24/7, and I'm failing. Y'all talk so much about so much, and it's wonderful, and it's lovely. I'm sorry I don't respond to every post. I used to be able to do that. It is also it is very gay. Yes, that's fair. If you're looking for a space that is queer friendly in this hobby, I am working earnestly to provide that in my own server. Alright, I'll Google it. Fine. Warhammer community preview thing. Yeah, that. Right, this is still set to fucking Yahoo. What the goddamn shit? I need to change that. Yeah, I'll accept the cookies, Warhammer. That's fine. Latest news. Kill Team Roadmap. Surely they had announced something that they were gonna do. Because it's like, it's the Nova Open, right? That they're doing shit for. That's it, right? Nova Open Warhammer preview. Alright, let's mute that. Reveals incoming, join us Wednesday. There should be like a graphic at the end with all the stuff. Okay. Nope, apparently not. We're getting stuff for. Let's see. With big reveals for Warhammer 40,000, World Eaters, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. I don't know. What's it gonna be for Age of Sigmar? Destro would really love it to be Skaven. He really would. It's not going to be. What are they gonna... I mean, like... Yeah, I guess Leagues of Voltan is reasonable. I probably Horus Heresy is going to be something with World Eaters, because they've announced a couple of stuffs. And with, like, that vintage Space Marine thingy, I could see that. For Age of Sigmar, they've announced a lot of, like, Slaves to Darkness adjacent things, so they might just do, like, a big Slaves to Darkness reveal and then have, like, one random hero for another faction. It'll probably be a hero I don't care about, too, so I'm trying to think of, like, a faction. It'll be, like, a Daughters of Cain thing, maybe. Or an elf thing. I don't think I'm gonna be interested in the... like, I just sense that the Age of Sigmar thing isn't gonna interest me. So, yeah, for 40k, it'll probably be Voltan. Age of Sigmar, it'll probably be Slaves to Darkness and some other random offshoot. Horus Heresy, we'll say World Eaters for that. And they're saying there's something here for everyone. I think there's gonna be, like, a kill team announcement as well, right? They had, like, one of their box games up there, as stuff that was gonna happen. So I guess some kill teams are coming out, too. I don't know. I don't feel like my predictions are as strong as they usually are. You love it when they chomp on them worlds. Listen, I'm not a big fan of elves, but they're better than Nurgle. I prefer a good orc. I'm just trying to be logical. I can't reasonably assume that it's gonna be a faction that I care about every single announcement. That's... Also, I need it to not be on occasion, so I can save money. It's the truth. You know what I would love? Let's bring back some of the Warhammer Epic shit that I want. Let's just reprint that. Yeah, heck. Hi, buddy. Hi, little one. Hi, little baby. What are you doing? What you doing? You telling me that I've been streaming for too long? It's only been an hour and a half, Bubby. It's only been an hour and a half. They can barely see you down there. There's a vague notion of a cat. Vague notion of a cat. He's down there. I promise you. He's just a little guy, yeah. Heck's favorite 40k unit is a Hecatrix. I don't know what a Hecatrix looks like, but that sounds like something I would call Hector. Everybody take a cat break, because I'm going to. Oh no, Achilles noticed that somebody else is getting attention. Guess who's trotting over here? He's got a Hecatrix. Have you got a Hecatrix, Heck? Heck, have you got Hecatrix? No. He doesn't. He didn't say anything. You got a little butt, though. And a fuzzy face. What's the worst Nurgle model or Dark Elder Talos Pain engines? I'm not familiar with a Dark Elder Talos Pain engine. The Nurgle model that I really can't stand. Like, I really don't like the Great Unclean one. He has a very spooky face and a mouth in his stomach. And both of those things... Where are you going, Achilles? Both of those things are very creepy. So I don't like that. I also just try, in general, not to look at the Nurgle models. So I couldn't say for certain, like, which one is the worst. Because there's a lot that I have purposefully not seen. But yeah, the Great Unclean one's pretty bad. Bloat drones, or I think whatever they're called, the flies, they're pretty spooky. Someone showed me one once called like a sloppity bile piper, and that was pretty gross. They're all pretty bad. I don't like the Great Clean one. Let's not talk about that. I know where that's headed. Last time I talked about the Great Clean one, I got asked a very cursed question on a podcast, so I'm not bringing that up again. We're not going there. I'm not prepared for that, especially not on a stream. So that's not going to happen. Absolutely not. You think Mothman is an agent of Nurgle? Nah. I think he would be an agent of Tzeentch. And, like, agree to disagree if you want, but I'm also fairly confident I know a lot more about the Mothman than the average person, so there's that. I don't know why the camera's shaking. I'm sorry. I don't know what's up with the desk being super unstable today. I was interviewed on a podcast. Yes, that is the truth. I was on my friend's podcast, so if you listen to Grognard's Yell at Cloud, episode 5, I'm on there. It's pretty fun, honestly. I yell at Jeremy a lot. We had a good time. Listen, they asked me to be on their podcast, okay? I've also been on Annie Green Gables' Role Diversity podcast thing. It's like a video on her YouTube channel, but it's kind of podcasty. That was the first time I was ever interviewed about the hobby. You can watch that. She's interviewed a lot of people. I really like her interview with Prince of Bealtan. It's really great. I think she did one with Raquel from Ragrat's Art, and she did one with Dana Howe. But yeah, she asked me if I would be the guinea pig for that series, so I did. I was also the guinea pig for Liam's co-stream, so I guess when people want to try out a weird idea for the first time, they ask me, which is fine. I mean, I guess after being like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing with clowns, people feel really comfortable asking me to just do random stuff. They're like, You did this clown stuff, so I bet, you know, you won't be opposed. And then they pitch me their idea, and I'm like, no, that actually sounds pretty cool, so yeah, something like that. I'm getting pretty lazy with these Tau right now. I must be, in my brain, I must be like, I don't want to fucking base coat anymore, which, fair. That's fair. However, we should get it done. Need more of this green. I'm not flexing. Stop that. I was down to clown. I initiated the clowns. Rothian, in the chat, you sent me the Space Marine template. I have actually filled out that template for my custom Space Marine chapter, which I need to paint. I've made the design, and I need to fucking put the work in to paint that design so that I can make that 1K video that I promised everybody I was gonna make. But the corn video was already almost done, and then I went to Gen Con. Yeah, I should probably paint that Space Marine. I'll start. You know what? I'm gonna commit to starting that Space Marine this weekend. You think people ask me because I am a chatty Cathy and Carrie conversations? Oh dear. Now you're gonna make me think I talk too much. But I can't even be quiet. I don't have a co-host. Oh no. You just called me the Frank Iero of Warhammer? I'm gonna cry. Oh, that's making me emotional. Samuel, you don't know how much I love My Chemical Romance. I'm having a moment here. I'm taking a screenshot of that, damn it. That's staying forever. Hang on. Nobody talk. Nobody send any messages. Everybody shut up. This is the best thing to happen today. Yeah. Alright, thank you. You can talk again. I've got my screenshot. Although I suppose this is live on the internet until I take it down. Frank Iero is he's a member of the band My Chemical Romance. Yeah, he's a guitarist. And I love that band so much. So much. I listened to them all through middle school, high school, college, currently. So yeah, like I have a bunch of My Chemical Romance like stuff. I have the True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys single issue comics, the original ones from the first run of that, because that's my favorite album. As much as I do love, like genuinely love, Welcome to the Black Parade, there's something about the colorful desert wasteland shit that just appeals to me. So of course, you know, remembering that Mad Max Fury Road is my favorite film, like, yeah, that really does fucking track for me. Yeah, they were all really shy at first. He was doing most of the interviews. You hardly heard Ray or Mikey talk about anything. I think they're all better about it now, but yeah. He was definitely, like, the mouth for My Chemical Romance on interviews back at the start. But, I mean, I think Gerard's really stepped up as a front man nowadays and does a lot of talking and personality being you know, like, he does the stuff that you expect the lead singer to do. I wish I were a general in the MC Army. That would be cool. You know, I'd love to do, like, some Black Parade-inspired stuff. Maybe that's how I'll paint up my Night Titan. He's a Black Parade kind of, I won't do that. I'm gonna go for the candy angle, but like maybe at some point I'll make a Black Parade inspired something. That could have been a really cool way to do a Night Haunt army, not gonna lie. Maybe I'll do a Black Parade Malifaux crew. We're gonna expand. We're gonna think outside of just Warhammer themes. Possibly. I still really do like Warhammer. Despite its many issues, I think it's a cool universe. I'm not gonna just abandon it because I picked up a new game and liked it. I am physically holding back from singing a bunch of My Chemical Romance songs now as well. They come right back to you, you know. No. I'm good. I don't need to sing on stream. I was singing before this because someone posted like a folk song rendition of "It's a Long, Long Way to Ba Sing Se," like the song from Avatar. They just made up a couple extra verses from it, and it was really good. And I was singing along with that. But that's just like, you know, it's random shit you find on TikTok or the internet. I don't really have the kind of voice that carries a tune very well, so I try not to sing in situations where I could be recorded. I do sing in cars, though, a lot of the time. If you catch me on a road trip, that's a good way to get me singing. Pretty solid shotgun car driver. Not because I don't drive, but I'll ride shotgun and do the directions and handle the radio and pass out snacks and pay for gas. That's what I'm good for on a road trip. I'm pretty excited because I've talked with some of my friends about going to Six Flags this year for the Halloween event, Fright Fest, because I do love Halloween and theme parks. In general. Used to go to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg's Howl-O-Scream every year. Fun fact, the theme for the England area has not changed. They're still doing the same Jack the Ripper theme that they did when I was in middle school. Yeah, which was like at least 7 years ago. Josh, if you are driving, don't type in the fucking chat. Be safe and respect the rules of the road. Maybe you do need to drive me places so I can rip that phone out of your hands and yell at you to practice road safety. I don't know why I still have these cotton buds on the desk when I'm not going to use them. Put them in here. What is in this plastic bag? What is this? What are these sprues? What is this? Urgles. Is this just bits? Yeah, it's just Urgle bits and a weird cape and a book. We could make a guy out. I'm not making a new model. Jesus fuck fives. Focus on the models in front of you. What are you doing? You are driving me crazy. Ooh, go to road trip album. Okay, so let me confess that I was very much like, by the time that my friends were able to drive on road trips, it was like the iPod generation, so it was more playlists than albums. When I was a kid, I was kind of subject to whatever CDs my parents owned and would play in the car. I will tell you that the Lilo and Stitch soundtrack does slap as road trip music. I remember that being a favorite from when I was a kid. Um, but like nowadays, I have playlists and like, they're good. They're definitely good. Trying to think of like songs that always make it onto those playlists. And sometimes thinking of like song names in the middle of stuff is difficult. I'll have to see. I've made quite a few road trip playlists. I'll message my friend Mary Beth of Mary Beth and Joe, who were on the show at one point, who were on the channel, because she has an old CD that I made her, several old CDs that I made her of like music that we had for driving around. So I'll ask her what songs are on those, and then I'll get back to you on that. My dad is very into metal, so I have the unfortunate, like, situation of having listened to a lot of metal, but not being able to necessarily name the artist or group who made it. Cause, like, I'll know songs by sound, but I won't, but that's it. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I listen to this all the time, but I won't know what it is. Like I was asked because I was watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I thought it was funny that they were all named after bands that my dad liked. So I was just like, oh, this one's named Dio. Dad, what's a Dio song that you like? And he was like, oh, Rainbow in the Dark and Last in Line are classics. And then I listened and I'm like, I know both of these songs. Used to play these all the time. So it's a lot of that. Like I know Shout at the Devil, but I don't know who sings it. Master of Puppets, Enter Sandman, Back in Black. Striper was one of my dad's favorite bands, so I probably know like all the songs from that. Um fuck. There's other songs. I'm trying to like not sing them and just know what the songs are called. Uh, but that's hard sometimes. But yeah, my dad listened to a lot of metal, so I kind of know it by osmosis more than like anything else. Uh, I like them though. I've been listening to I don't it's definitely not metal, but recently on my playlist I've been Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World has just come up a bunch. I don't know why the Spotify algorithm has decided that that's one I want, but it absolutely is, and I've listened to it like a dozen times. So that's been fun. Now I have Enter Sandman stuck in my head, so thank you for that, chat. I appreciate that. hmm I know I've seen the video for that a ton because my dad thinks it's like one of the most fun music videos. Because he's always like, "Look, they're gonna zoom in on the little dollhouse, and the band's gonna do stuff." He just calls out what's gonna happen, and then it happens in the video. I know one of his favorite music videos is I don't remember the band or the song, but if I describe it, one of you are gonna know what I'm talking about. It's the one where like it looks like a sketchbook, and then like they step inside and everything's just like white with black lines, and it looks kind of like hand drawn animation, but like it's a filter or whatever, you know, that thing. Take on me. Yeah, see, I knew someone was gonna know. Absolutely. Yup. Yup. That's it. That's it. I knew I could vaguely describe that, and one of you would know exactly what I was talking about. Thank you for proving my point. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So like, see, it's stuff like that where I clearly do know the music or have seen the videos, but I can't name any of it because like it wasn't relevant to me as a child to be like, Papa, who is this band? Because he would just play it. It's just stuff that we listened to in the car, or he showed me on old YouTube before it was I don't know, like he'd hear a song on Heroes or something. It would be, and then he'd be like, "Oh man, I know these guys." Or we had this like big, I bet we still have this fucking big stupid like multi CD speaker system set up in the living room back at the house that I grew up in. Like, I think we use that once every 5 years, so probably it's just it's whatever. Um, but yeah, I know a lot of that stuff just through that. I think it's very funny that a lot of people are like really obsessed with Eddie Munson from Stranger Things now. Like I've seen a lot of people just talking about that on TikTok, which is hilarious because he kind of looks like my Uncle Bob, who's my dad's brother. Back when my Uncle Bob was more of a metalhead. Not that he isn't now, but I'm pretty sure my dad showed me pictures and he like had the long hair and everything. But like all the music that they're playing, I'm just like, this is all just my dad's music. This is just dad songs. So, I find that really funny. Um, it's nice to like know it all, or not like know it all in a sense of I am a know it all, but just be familiar with all of the music. Like, yeah, okay, I know that song. I know that band. I've heard of these people. Sorry, I can't name anything more specific, but that's about what we'll get. I feel like my dad used to have a lot of my dad rocks. Let's have him on here so we can talk about metal. He does watch these streams apparently sometimes, which is fun because I talk about how shitty I like my mom can be and how I didn't like always have a great time growing up, which I'm sure he's got opinions about. So that's great. He also like, he's my dad. I don't know. I don't have the greatest relationship with my parents because they go to a very problematic church, despite me telling them that their church is problematic. And, like, I don't feel very accepted by my family, so I don't really want to be like, oh, hey, hang out in the chat, because that'd be pretty weird. Like, I have a lot of good memories with my dad, but I also know that, like, he voted for Trump and stuff, so it's a very confusing sort of, like, thing to rectify. And he says that it was, like, the wrong choice. He voted for him first, but I'm also like, you had you had me being like, maybe don't vote for the person who wants to like kill queer people just for the vague sort of notion that you don't trust Hillary because like, sure, I don't trust any politician that I've ever met, but also like, maybe go with someone you don't trust and instead of someone who's actively like a total dirtball. Like maybe we do that. But yeah, so I don't think I'll be having my dad in the chat. And dad, if you're watching this, I am 26 years old, about to be 27. I am grown, and I am allowed to have opinions and share them, so that's plenty of fun. No, Trump was not subtle, and we're not gonna get political or anything like that. Um, but like the thing about life and people is they're allowed to be both things at once. I'm allowed to have good memories of my father and also be like, I don't think I had the best time growing up, and I did also have issues, and my parents could have been better and have actually should have listened to what I had said, and I should have had a better childhood who with people who understood me better and accepted me for who I actually was instead of who they had a vague notion of what they wanted me to be. Like that, those both of those things can exist. I have great memories with my father. And one of the things I do like about him is that we did share music with each other, and that's great, but it's hard to, like, look back on all of that fondly when I'm like, damn, if these had just been more accepting people who weren't like, oh my gosh, the gays are spooky, I could have realized that I was non-binary, like, way earlier and would have felt way more comfortable as a person, so, yeah, it can be both it can be both things at once, and it is genuinely hard for it to be both things at once. Because as much as I would love to patch things up and have an accepting family, and I know I could if I would just, like, quote unquote get over some shit, like an option exists where I could just, like, return my mom's text or phone calls or anything. But she's a terrible person, and she doesn't actually care about who I am as opposed to the person she wants me to be. And it's just better mentally if I distance myself from them. When I moved away, I said I would never come back, and so far I haven't been back, and they still kind of think that's a joke, and that I'm gonna come back at some point, but, like, I'm not. And I'm sorry to be a little bit, like, angry about that. I'm not angry at any of you. I'm kind of angry at the past, for not having had anyone who was there to help me process and deal with stuff, or just, like, teach me how to be a person and set boundaries and process anger as an emotion. So, like, there's that. I mean, one of the things I do want to do on this channel is be a queer person in this hobby, and I don't think it's any surprise that a lot of queer people have some stuff that they're working through and didn't necessarily grow up in the most accepting families. Like, literally, our crazy, stupid. The church that I went to, and I'll say that church by name because it's a shitty church and I do not care. Although they've changed their name like 8 times, and I'm pretty sure it's for some sort of weird tax purposes. But, fucking, what is it? Grace Covenant Church in Fairfax, Virginia is a shit ass church with a lot of terrible people that they were willing to have a 2-hour sermon on why being gay was problematic, and they've had sexual, like, assault scandals. So it's a shit ass church with shit ass people. And I will leave this on record for forever because it is the truth. Um, yeah. But I was forced to go to that church for like 2 hours every Sunday until I was like, I don't know. Most of the time I dodge it by just trying to go to my other friends' houses for sleepovers and shit. So I'd say every Sunday up until I was 16, and then as many as I could slack off through 17 and 18. Like, damn. Yeah, it wasn't good. I have a lot of religious trauma too, which is a whole bag of worms to unpack. Again, sorry for this. But like, yeah, I can't be the only queer person who has experienced that. It was a bad time. It was a bad time. Thank you, Rothian. I appreciate that. I don't really have another option of who I can be, and, I don't know. Maybe this speaks to someone. I don't know who. I'd like to think a lot of people don't have to go through this, but maybe they do. I mean, just to say, my dad took me to my first concerts and stuff like that, and those are good memories, but the same man would also turn around and not stick up for me when I was like, hey, I am not a Christian and don't want to go to church. Or, hey, mom's being a dick, maybe don't. He would always just do whatever was easiest for him. Like, even to the point where he was like, come on, I don't want to have an argument with my wife, the person I married. Why don't you just make things easier? And, like, I was like, oh, you know, as a child, I would just be quiet about shit. As an adult, I'm like, wow, why the fuck did you put that burden on me? That wasn't fair. You still do shit like that. So, yeah. It's hard for someone to be both at once. I know, baby. I know, sweet Hector. He's like, you're getting emotional. I think we should calm down. You're probably right. That's very off track for this stream. Thanks for getting it. I appreciate that. None of you guys are my therapists, so I will change topics and move on. But yeah, long story short, TLDR, my dad will probably not be popping up in this chat, especially now. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah. I hope I don't get any text about that, because that'll be obnoxious, and I won't want to deal with it. And I probably just won't respond. Because that's also an option when you become an adult. If you don't want to deal with something, and you are not legally or financially obligated to do so, you can just not do that. So I think probably I just won't do that. But yeah, other stuff coming up. So, like I said, I'm planning on going to a theme park at Halloween, and one of the things I might try and do while I'm there, because, you know, content is fun to create. Everybody was kind of saying that I should do like a $1 billion clown farm sort of situation where he paints miniatures in unusual places. I'm wondering how much of a mini you can paint while in line for a roller coaster. Like, I feel like that might be worth examining. Maximize your hobby time by painting while in line for roller coasters. I don't know how viable that is as an experiment. Like, I don't know what the bag search is like at Six Flags, but maybe they'll let me in with a miniature and paints, and then I can see about trying to paint something up while in line. Is that a video? Is that anything? Is that anything that any of you would watch? I don't know. I could just as easily take Party Boy and just take photos of him by random attractions, which would be just as good, probably. Not on the roller coaster, mind you. Like, I'm not stupid. I know that's a recipe for disaster. This is just in the line on the way up to the roller coaster. I should compete with $1 Billion Clown Farm. You would watch to see who can paint more in line. Well, tragically, we don't live near enough to each other where we can just, you know, show up at the same theme park on the same day. But maybe someday. That sounds like it would be really fun, actually. It seems like it would be a great way for me to try out the, speed paints that I got. Some of those might work out pretty good. Yeah, we're all good. He can go to the Cali Six Flags, and I can be at the one. I mean, it would be fun. It would still be like, I mean, it could be speed painting a miniature. It would be hard to choose, like, what miniature. I'd want kind of like a one-piece, solid, chonky kind of thing that isn't gonna break. Like, it would be the perfect time for me to decide on to paint a metal miniature, so maybe I'll bring, like a towel, like this size, that I could do one of my commanders, painting him in line. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do everything, obviously, because there's a lot. Maybe a Kroot or a drone. We could find something. There's something in my current existing miniature collection that I'd be able to speed paint while in line for a ride. Six Flags. I'm glad at least one of you is saying, no, I'm not taking the Knight to Six Flags. The Knight's actually going somewhere else. The Knight has a different fucking destination to go to. I have a different trip planned with the Knight. The Knight's coming with me to Medieval Times dinner and tournament. Because there are knights there. My friends are taking me for my birthday. I don't know if you're familiar, Orc Dork, with the concept of Medieval Times dinner and tournament. But it's great, and it's a ton of fun, and it's kind of dumb. But in the best like the Rainforest Cafe kind of way. Where it's just, it's cheesy, but it's lovable. And, yeah, that's what I'll be doing, where I'll be going. You love Medieval Times? Excellent. I'm glad. Is a Knight Titan big enough to have its own seat on a roller coaster? No. No, I don't think so. He's big, but, like, he's not that big. Also, I wouldn't take him on a roller coaster. I mean, I know I got him for free, but I very much value the memory of getting him and the person who gave him to me, so I don't want to lose him in, like, the lake beneath the Batman ride or something like that. Yeah, I don't think he could safely. He's not tall enough to ride any of the rides. You know, they have those height restrictions, and he just doesn't meet them. Um, and I feel like my Titan, if I'm gonna go Imperial, because I feel like that would be fun since Annie's going Chaos, I feel like my Knight Titan should follow the rules. And unlike Party Boy, who would just say fuck it and go on any roller coaster, my Knight Titan's a good boy, and he would be like, no, I must follow the rules and regulations of this park, and it says I cannot ride the roller coaster, so I won't do it. He's a good kid. He's a good lad. His name is Just Desserts, because people, like, Knight Titans have names like fucking racehorses and shit like that sometimes, where they can be like long streams of things. So yeah, I named him Just Desserts because I thought that would be kind of fun. That's his name. Little JD. I need to come up with a design for the pilot for him, because you can, like, make your own. It's very like anime that you get to have your knight and the pilot of your knight. Um, I think there's a lot more crossover from Warhammer to anime than anybody wants to admit. Cause, like, they're the same freaking archetypes over and over again. It's hilarious to me. Um, cause I don't think that, like, a lot of anime is too far off from a lot of Warhammer or vice versa. There's definitely a lot of similar aspects going on. Like, especially with the Primarchs, I'm like, I can like I can zone in on exactly what your anime adaptation design would look like, because you can't tell me that Fulgrim isn't just every evil blonde haired, like, sneering antagonist in every fucking anime ever. Night Titanfall. The Horus Heresy is so shonen. Make the pilot a magical girl. Slice of life anime about the Horus Heresy. Like, I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing as Warhammer, where it's like the most bombastic possible shit with the dumbest possible name is all of the shit that's happening in JoJo. It's the same thing with Warhammer. Dio Brando is just Fulgrim, but different. Shit is so shonen. It's great. And that makes me want to paint my Night Titan like he's from Haikyuu, the volleyball anime, because that's, like, one of my favorite animes of all time. But honestly, I think it'll be much funnier to do a Candy Titan, so I'm gonna do that. As much fun as the shonen crossover idea would be. I probably won't go that direction. But maybe I can draw up the pilot. I feel like Sugawara would be a great Night Titan pilot. Even if he's just the spare setter for the Karasuno team, he's got a good heart and is very smart and dedicated and driven, and also my favorite character in that show, so don't at me. I picked a good one, okay? And I don't know if anybody in the chat has watched Haikyuu, but if you have, just confirm that Suga is the correct kid. It's the correct choice. He's the correct choice. You were originally gonna make your Tau army shonen? That would have been so cool, Andy. What concept did you end up going with? If not shonen. I mean, obviously you can see I'm doing this key lime pie thing over here. Or maybe not, obviously. I don't know how many episodes of Tau Test Kitchen you've caught, but the only thing that survived was using Gundam kits. Fair enough. I like Gundam kits because they're a lot easier to build than Warhammer models. Like, that's... If you can build Warhammer, you can build a Gundam, like, no problem. You can! Hector is like, fucking get off the stream and cuddle me. It is way past streaming time. We're having good viewership, though, heck. It's been good. I'm gonna try and cover up the parts of this panel liner that didn't work with fresh paint. Please excuse. Well, hopefully that'll get covered up. It's probably not dry, but it looks dry, so we're gonna pretend that nothing happened here. Nothing to see here. Nothing at all. Never mind all that. Yeah, shonens are fun. And I will make this. Either I will color this in myself, or I will... Excuse me. Do you have opinions, Hector? Because you're sure sharing them, buddy. You are. I know. I've been streaming for so long. For a full 2+ hours. And you just can't take it anymore, huh? He's holding my hand, which is very cute. It is! They can hear you, you know. The chat can definitely hear you. You're very loud, boy. But I guess Hector is gonna scold me until I decide to end this. We have been going for a while, and I did get, you know, I got base coats done on the flesh parts of the Tau, which is good. Because then we can move on to panel lining the rest of the bodies. Bruce heard you and responded, Hector. You got fans out there, buddy. You got other cats watching the stream. Now, how does that make you feel? Do you have anything to say to Bruce or your fans? No. Oh, he said arf. Maybe Bruce is a dog. Hector doesn't particularly talk to dogs. Let's see. The man himself. Come on. Give me my phone. This is Hector, who has decided to sit here and look at the chat. So Hector is seeing all of your messages right now until he runs off to do something else. But yeah, he's reading them. He doesn't read all of the comments. I do. Do you have anything to say to your adoring public, Heck? Anything at all? No? I hear another cat. And hear another cat prowling around. I don't know where the other babies got to. They're around. Oh, one's coming for my leg. Is that you, Achilles? You need attention now, too? Yeah? Hi, buddy. No, don't attack your bro. This is every day. You want to see the historic battles between Hector and Achilles. They happen all the time. I know. I got you a little brother when you hadn't asked for one. And now he's trying to play with your tail. And Lobster's just lying back there being a good boy. But I think my cats have decided that it's time for me to stop streaming because they're slowly encroaching, ready to destroy my hobby space. So that's where I'm going to call it for tonight. Thanks, everybody. You've all been great. I really, really appreciate you all for being here. I hope that you have a good night and a nice weekend.